Well, Pokemon Scarlet and Violet comes out tomorrow, and myself and a lot of people are very excited to hop into the ninth generation of Pokemon and explore what the Paldea region has to offer. Just giving you a heads up, this is kind of just my last thoughts before the games actually come out. I haven't played any of them yet. I've just seen a little bit of leaked gameplay, all the leaked Pokemon that were shown off, and looking at some of the reviews that have just come out for Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. I believe at the time of this recording, the overall Metacritic for Pokemon Scarlet and Violet is sitting around 73%, which is not a bad score, but it is a pretty low score in comparison to the last couple of Pokemon games that have recently come out. One of the biggest things that I have seen a lot of reviewers talk about is the ridiculously long tutorial for the game and the hand-holding that they do in the early parts of the game and kind of scattered throughout the games as a whole. Now, this is something that we as Pokemon fans have been begging Game Freak and Nintendo to stop. We don't need this much hand-holding, and we don't care to have incredibly long tutorials for these games because we've been playing these games for over 25 years at this point. We don't need a tutorial. This is something that they could have improved on by giving us the option for a tutorial. Create a tutorial section and create an option for players who don't want to do that to just skip past that and start their gameplay much sooner. Other games have done this in the past. In recent games, obviously not Pokemon games, but recent games and other franchises have implemented, do you want to do tutorial or do you want to just skip right to the gameplay? So it's possible. Game Freak just needs to implement it. Another big complaint I've read from reviewers is that the games do feel repetitive. Yes, there's 3 different paths you can choose. The Titan Pokemon, the school challenges or the team challenges, and then of course the gym challenge. And on paper that sounds awesome, but apparently it does devolve into a multitude of mini games for the school challenges, and gym trainers are fairly boring apparently. And supposedly, according to these reviews, a lot of the open world aspects that were implemented in Pokemon's Legends Arceus are not expanded upon in this game, and in some ways are a drawback. They didn't really go into too much detail about why or how, but I do have some ideas. Like, apparently Game Freak keeps saying, like, oh, this is an open world game, you can go wherever you want right off the bat, but the game doesn't scale. Gyms don't scale, Pokemon don't scale, so what's the point of exploring a part of a region where you might not be able to catch certain Pokemon or beat certain gyms because you're not high enough level? This is just ridiculous how in 2022 we don't, like, their first open world game is not going to scale with your level. And it's something that can easily be done because other games, not Pokemon games mind you, but other games have done it. It's just, I don't understand why Game Freak and Nintendo choose not to use these newer systems and innovations in games in their games. It's like Nintendo and Game Freak always have their games years behind other IPs and other franchises that have implemented these very simple systems. Another huge complaint about the games is that the games are not optimized well for the Nintendo Switch, and reviewers like to say, oh, it's the Switch's fault for being such an underpowered system, when that's not the case. There are plenty of great games that are Nintendo exclusive that run very well on the Switch. Xenoblade Chronicles 3 is one of them. Persona 5 Royale is another one. It's just that the company, like the team who makes Pokemon games, turns out is not very big. And I know they're doing the best they can, but this is a multi-billion-dollar IP that Nintendo refuses to put money in to polish and make it the best possible game. This company and this franchise should have hundreds of employees, if not thousands, to make sure it is optimized and it performs at the level it should for a Pokemon game in 2022. apparently the frame rates are awful, stuttering, pop-ins. And I've seen this personally from a lot of leaked gameplay footage, and yeah, it looks awful. I heard that the patch 1.1 fixed a lot of these issues, but apparently reviewers didn't get a chance to play on that version, or maybe some of them did, but it's just unacceptable that Nintendo is allowing this franchise to be held back by such technical issues that they can easily fix. But they won't, because it doesn't work for them. They're trying to it feels like they're trying to maximize as much profit as they can off as much little work as they can do, if that makes sense. Another problem with the franchise is that it's so heavily reliant on these generational releases, where they release the game, then they release the TV show, the cards, the merchandise, and the games have to come first. And unfortunately, that I feel like has caused a problem, because they refuse to hire more staff, they refuse to hire more talented or more experienced staff to work on these games. They have to release one every 3 years, when in reality, maybe Pokemon should get a new game every 5 years, you know? Take that extra time to polish the franchise. But they won't, because it doesn't make them the amount of money they want. I know I spent most of this video kind of shitting on the franchise, but in reality, I am still very excited to play these games. I got my buddies ready, we are not working on Friday to spend the entire day playing the games together online, and I'm super excited to explore this region, and it's just mainly with my friends. You know, that's the main hype I have for this game, is being able to play this game online with friends, and I'm really hoping the online service works. I'm excited to catch some of the newer evolutions for Pokemon that I love, like Primeape, Tauros, Donphan. I know not all of them have new evolutions, but those are just some of my older favorites that I've seen are in this game. I'm excited to explore and see what the game has to offer, because at the end of the day, it is a Pokemon game, and I love Pokemon. I just did a video with my brother the other day, you should totally check that out, where we talked about our love for the franchise over the last 25 years. And so I am very excited to hop back into another Pokemon game and explore a region, even if it does have a lot of problems. But it also just raises a big question. I guess, where do we draw the line of where we look at what Game Freak has offered us, and we just, as fans, say, no, this is not good enough. I am not buying this product until you really start putting in the effort and money that needs to be put into this franchise. Because as a fan of Pokemon, I want to see this franchise succeed. But also as a fan, I want them to stop being lazy and actually listen to the fan base. I don't know if that day will ever come, to be honest. People will always buy the new Pokemon games. I know there are some people that stopped because they don't like the way that the Pokemon games have gone, and to be honest, I kind of envy them. I wish I could vote with my wallet when it comes to this, but I don't know. This might be my last chance to, really give them that opportunity to wow me with a Pokemon experience, but we'll find out tomorrow when the games actually release, and I'll be spending all day playing them. Thank you guys so much for checking out this video. Let me know your thoughts and opinions down in the comments below, and I will see you on the next video. Take care.